Is it petty? Yes. Is it something here? We don't know. But if it is something, it's not good. Like it's definitely not a good thing that he's going back and deleting it. And again, I think we're overanalyzing this. And now we're digging into someone's social media, which is weird. But this is what you do in 2025. But it's not good, and it's clearly a problem. Clearly there's frustration, and look, there should be. There was somewhat expectations for this team, and they're 9-13, and they're coming off a horrible loss against the Wizards, and now they're back home and have the Pistons tonight. It was the number 1 seed in the East, so I think it's not going to get easier for this team. There's all the trade rumors are going to continue to get louder for this guy because teams will line up at the door and throw the kitchen sink to get Giannis on their team. And they know right now is the time to pounce. Right now is the time that they are desperate. Right now they're having, front office meetings of, listen, do we completely rebuild? Is he gonna ask for a trade? Is he gonna force our hand? He's kind of done everything for this city and this franchise. So he kind of has them by the balls right now. And so this is just a bad situation where your star player and your all-world everything is frustrating and scrubbing his social media. It's funny to say and petty, but it's definitely not a good thing that he did this.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I needed, him to scrub his Instagram for me to figure out he wants to be moved. I think it's just time. This isn't a great season. They didn't put a good roster around them. It's not really much to look forward to, moving forward. So I think it's time for a perfect breakup. I think it's a situation where, we're better off, alone in this situation to where the Bucks moving forward will obviously start their rebuild and, they'll start moving into a fresh start, and the same thing will happen with Giannis with whatever his next move is. So I think it's best for both sides. I think it's just time. Giannis is a superstar player in this league. Every season is a championship or bust type season for him because his talent is that high, and he's that much of he has that much impact on games to where, like I said, they're competing for a championship every single season. So, that's not the situation here in Milwaukee, and I'm sure he's looking for his next to figure out where he can win another.
You know what, y'all? Let me play devil's advocate. What if he generally just scrubbed his Instagram and those posts happen to be part of the scrub? Like, all of us can agree that we've all deleted a bunch of stuff off our social media at some point, and
I'm never gone back and done any of that.
Caught up in it? No.
No.
Tripping. No.
Tripping.
All right, well, I tried.
Hold on. 2021, it went back, by the way. He went back to 2021.
Yeah, and he's not the dude taking sleeping pills, getting lit, just doing this. This is a sober, premeditated move where he is scrubbing pictures of his current team. It's definitely not.
He's aware.
Yeah. No doubt.
But you know what? With that being said, outside of that, we haven't heard him have very much to say when it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks and what's going on. He's allowed the powers to be to deal with this behind the scenes. He's allowed his representation to speak directly with the representation of the team, and that's where these narratives are coming from. We know how the media works. From Giannis' side, they're going to plant their stories to make it look good for him. And the Milwaukee Bucks, they're going to start planning their stories to make it look good for them. Classic breakup story, classic. Everybody's going through it, so everybody's trying to protect their best interests right now. But you know what I said about Ja Morant? Don't play these things out in the public. You'll never win that argument. You'll never win that war when it comes to the media. So I like what Giannis is doing. Allow the narratives to be the narratives. Continue to play basketball. Do everything that you need to be the role model that you are, everything that you represent, and just stay quiet and let everything play out.
Okay, but hold on, because now I have to push back a little bit. As a fan, right? Is there much of a difference between Giannis coming out and saying, I would like to be traded, kindly, or passive-aggressively just sort of scrubbing all things related to the team for which I cheer? I kind of feel like I'm either way.
But that's an Easter egg for y'all to find. We talking about him going back to 2021. Who went back to 2021 and saw that?
Who realized that?
It was nobody like us. It was.
But we always find out. This is not the first, nor will it be the last.
Did you think Giannis put up a post and said, "Hey, check out my new scrubbed Instagram of everything outside"?
No, that's the passive aggressive part.
Say, "Hey, look, he unfollowed this person. Let me see what else I can find." Like I don't put much stock into that.
Lou,
but
he knows.
It's the world we live in now, unfortunately, where that matters.
Again,
like if you were to follow the Knicks right now, it would break the internet, Lou, which is pathetic, but it's true.
Yeah, but you don't. But you don't. And only certain people tell you what's going on with those type of scenarios. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not looking at Giannis. Like, which one of us is going back 3 years in Giannis' Instagram to see what he's still got on his page? None of us.
None of us. No. But there are people who cover the team for a living who realize the cloud that's lingering, and so you're on high alert.
For a living, those are the people I'm talking about. That's what they're supposed to do.
I'm grateful.
A Milwaukee Bucks fan ain't doing this.
If I know that my star player, I don't know, dude. If I know my star player is probably going to leave here soon, and I'm on high alert.
But a season ticket holder ain't sitting at home looking at Instagram trying to find ways to see what's going on with Giannis.
I kind of love the idea.
Friedel, to answer your question, I don't think there's a win situation for him. If you ask for a trade, he's going to be a bad guy. If he does this, we're going to be thinking he's petty and passive aggressive. So there's really no way to play this besides have your agent continue to do what he does and you play and put up the numbers you're playing and do everything you can and leave it on the floor. That's how you kind of get out of this situation and let the chips fall as they may. But there's really no proper way to ask to get out of a horrible situation.
No, but the good news is now we get to play Destination Dreams. Look, before anybody gets on us about trades and what can and cannot happen, just shut it. Let us live, because we're going to have some fun here trying to figure out where he goes next. Michelle Denise Beadle obviously had the New York Knicks 2 years ago on this list, Lou, but let's talk about this. We know we're not going to get into the specifics. We know he loves New York. So maybe you get an OG Bridges, some picks. I don't know. Maybe we go as far as Cat. I can't even fathom that right now, but to see him in that uniform, in that building, 40-plus games a season, how are we feeling about that?
It sounds great for the Knicks. on the other side, like if you're Milwaukee, you got to bring me back a top 10 guy. Like, you got to bring me back some pieces that make sense for my fan base where I can be able to look at them in the face and justify moving him. It can't just be really good role players and some draft picks. Like, you got to bring me back somebody that this makes sense. You know, look at it. Dame Lillard exits last year, and you possibly have Giannis as well. And we're talking about a league full of star power, and we're talking about a fan base that's they've drank the Kool-Aid already. They've already won a championship. They know what this looks like. You can't just bring in really, really good role players. You got to bring me a star back. You got to bring me a top 5, top 75 guy back for somebody who's been in the MVP conversation for as long as we can remember in his career. So for the New York Knicks, it sounds amazing. What does it look like for the Milwaukee Bucks? So with that, I don't know if this works.
So we're not tempted by Cat. Okay, go ahead, Boogie.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, Lou hit it on the head. For the Knicks, it's exciting. I think the Garden will be rocking. It'll be I think it'll be a hot spot for a lot of, free agents and role players to try to get there and, fill out those spots. So I think it will be great for the Knicks. But obviously for Milwaukee, I don't see much of a return. I mean, obviously you'll get picks back, but I mean, that's not really equivalent to what you're losing in that situation and losing Giannis. So, I mean, yeah, it would be great for the Knicks. It would be exciting. I would actually love to see a Giannis and Brunson combo. I think it would be great for New York basketball. But
so we could send Cat to Milwaukee. Plus others.
I mean, listen, if you look at those three teams, the Knicks, the Warriors, the Lakers, I think the Knicks have them attractive pieces to get back. But again, before we go and do this, we're just playing a game. But remember what Desmond Bain just brought in. Remember what Rudy Gobert brought in.
That's what I'm saying.
The Paul George trade. So yes, teams are going to live and learn, but it's going to take a lot to get Giannis. So when you look at the Knicks, whatever situation is, it's going to be picks. But if I'm a team, if I'm the Bucks, I want 2 or 3 starters back for this guy, which I think the Knicks could do more so than the Warriors.
I want one of them to have a bunch of all-star patches too on his jersey.
Yeah. And throw in an assistant coach and a trainer and his trainer and
a car.
And you know what? And you know damn well his brother's coming too, so save a roster spot for him. So
Great point.
It's going to take 3 roster spots. You need 3.
there's probably another one we don't even know about that's also going to need a two-way.
For New York, hell yeah.
It needs. I think it'd be great for the league. I think it would be great for Giannis. It would be spectacular for the Knicks. And if you compare Giannis and Jalen Brunson, by the way, I just want to know how that call goes. Like, do the Bucks even ask for Jalen Brunson, or do they know he's off?
You have to.
Because I would start with him. I would start with him, and then say, and maybe, but that's not happening. So then you look to Bridges, Cat, OG. Deuce, a guy like Jordan Clarkson. Like, there are some attractive assets there for the Bucks to kind of not go through a full rebuild if they do this, but it's going to take a lot of future picks. It's going to take
Chandler,
a lot to get a guy like Giannis.
Get it.
Really good players. Really good role players that you just named. But if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks fan base, are we getting excited about that crop of guys replacing Giannis, though?
No interest in Cat. Cat doesn't move the needle for you?
It didn't seem to. I mentioned it 3 times.
I'm thinking of public fanfare. This feels good for us to move on. Look, if you bring in anything less than Giannis level, I think you have a revolt with the fan base.
But Giannis level is like 4 dudes. Like, they're not going anywhere.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. But
can I play the devil's advocate again as the fan?
Here.
Having been a fan of a team that lost someone for nothing, basically, that's the other fear. As you get closer and closer to when he can leave, you're going to lose him for nothing. So I also don't want that to happen.
So, okay, what about like a team like San Antonio or Houston with more